even though what you're doing is the same. You're doing the same, maybe repetitious things with exercises. You're focusing on the same 7 pillars every day. And you're doing that every day, but every single day is a different day. This one's from Amanda. Hey fam, whenever I have the impulse to post, I do it. I feel like I can't share my successes as openly in my day-to-day life without feeling like I'm annoying people. As I progress on my journey, I find myself wanting to share the path I'm taking with others. I've been thinking how people can openly bitch and moan about being fat, their lack of action, their excitedness over junk food, or their hidden shame when they make statements like, quote, I ate so much junk, people listen with open ears, their taint is rubbed. When I've lost some fat, gained some muscle, improved my endurance, changed my eating habits for the better, or anything else that equates to healthy change, I'm met with less enthusiasm. Literally what we were just talking about. Especially when the change begins to show. Where's my pat on the back? Why isn't my taint being rubbed for my actual hard work? I know I've got the Swole fam, but I'm talking in my, quote, real life. This is real life. You know what's interesting? I know we separate social media with real life, but you're communicating with real people just in a different medium. Instead of talking face to face, we're typing and we're doing video and sharing pictures. I mean, it's still real life. I know. You have to realize it's real life. It's just you in person. Real life is you're going to call talking to someone on the phone real life. This is real life too. Right now, this is real life. I'm just talking through here and you're seeing me and my voice. You're just not next to me. What's the difference between this and talking on the phone, right? You'd think if you called your friend or your mother or your daughter or whoever, you'd think that's real life. How is that different than social media? You're just talking through that thing or that app versus this one. It's the same thing. It's real life. But I know what you're talking about. Okay, so I'm talking about my, quote, real life. Am I experiencing a form of fit shaming? Oh, gasp. When I was bigger, I could always be met with supportive comments that kept me in the same fucking spot. The more, and supportive is in quotes, the more I get healthier and see those pounds falling off, the enthusiasm for me seems to be falling away with it. I'm not upset. I'd be doing this with or without their support, and I feel great doing my thing. These were just some thoughts I wanted to share. Anyone else feel annoying when they talk about what they're doing for their health and wellness? I mean, well, there's no one that talks about it more than I do. No one talks about it more than I do. I'm talking about this shit all the fucking time. All the fucking time. And you know, it's a lot of what I say is repetitive. A lot of what I say is the same. A lot of questions that I think about how many questions I get. You guys know I get the same questions all the time for the most part. I get a lot of the same questions. And then sometimes we get other questions, and sometimes there's unique and custom. And sometimes it's the same question, but for that person, it's a unique question or it's something they just came across. So I try to take every question. Certain ones I tease and I try, but I get it's a lot of the same. It's a lot of the same. All of this, it's just reps. It's a lot of reps, and it's reps with different, it's a different day. But the interesting thing that I want to get across, I'm not saying that it's repetitive and boring, and obviously we're all still here, but even though what you're doing is the same, you're doing the same, maybe repetitious things with exercises. You're focusing on the same 7 pillars every day, and you're doing that every day, but every single day is a different day. So even though you're doing the 7 pillars every day is different, which makes all those 7 pillars different. And you know that. And the reason why most people don't get results because they aren't as dedicated to covering those 7 pillars. And when the day changes and the day is less convenient, or the day is cloudy, or there happens to be a storm, or there happens to be a power outage, or there happens to be a quarantine, or there happens to be whatever, all of a sudden those 7 pillars fall apart. So how solid was that? How solid were your habits? It's always about what happens when the going gets tough. What actually happens? What actually happens when things get less convenient? Does the person just fucking quit? Do they not follow through? Do they all of a sudden fall off everything? Then it's not really a part of who they are. If you have to force it, if the quarantine and all this whole situation, if that, I do understand, maybe you didn't have the same access to the same exercises. You didn't have access to a gym or the same weights. Maybe you didn't have as much money. Maybe you couldn't buy all the same food. But you know what I mean. There's a big difference between not having as much money and buying garbage shit. Like if you have money to buy junk food, you have money to buy better food. It's the same fucking money. You all know it's fucking true. If you have $10, you can buy fast food with that $10, or you can buy $10 of food at the supermarket. You have a choice. Where are you going to spend that same money? It's not like fast food's free. It still costs money. You have a choice. You're going to use that $10 for Big Macs, or you're going to use the $10 for, I don't know, rice, sweet potatoes, vegetables, some chicken or some meat, like food. So anyway, it's choices. It's choices. How secure are your habits? So circling that back around, the reason why I was mentioning that is because Amanda's mentioning her habits. She's changing her eating habits for the better. Anything that equates to healthy change, I met with less enthusiasm. People like to see their existence vindicated. People like to see their actions verified. People like verification. So what this means is when someone like, let's say your friend doesn't eat healthy and they see you not eating healthy, like, oh, I ate so much junk. They want to be reflected that. They're telling you that. They want to be verified. Like, oh, this was good. Oh man, was it good? They want to commiserate. They want to complain together. They want a shoulder to cry on. They want support. They want you to be like, oh yeah, I ate so much junk last night too. They'll feel better about themselves. You're commiserating together and all sorts of that. So that verifies their actions. And that's just one simple, generic example. Other scenario, Amanda is exercising. Amanda's exercising, taking care of herself. And someone comes up to her, someone that she knows, colleague, friend, whatever. Oh, I ate so much junk last night. And Amanda said, well, I worked out, went to bed, and did a 10K this morning. And the person's like, It doesn't verify. It makes them feel like a fat ass. It makes them feel lazy. It makes them feel insecure. It makes them feel self-conscious. It makes them hurts their feelings. But it's really about them. But I get it. This happens all the time. Is it fit shaming? It sounds like passive fit shaming. Are they just teasing? They're less enthusiastic. That's not necessarily fit shaming. You know, it's not like they're saying, you fucking pussy. You suck. In other words, you're saying that the enthusiasm for you seems to be falling away with it. I mean, is it fit shaming? It's obviously not it's just lack of enthusiasm towards fitness. They obviously don't take care of themselves. So why are they going to be excited when you talk about fitness? They can't relate, and it makes them feel shitty about themselves.
Good thing, yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the